Hi, I'm Roxanne Troup, author of My Grandpa, My Tree, and Me, as well as a dozen other books for kids. I'm so excited to be part of this year's Mountain of Authors event at Pikes Peak Library, and I know you're going to have a great time chatting with local authors and discovering new books. I wanted to share my newest picture book with you as well. My Grandpa, My Tree, and Me, written by me, illustrated by Kendra Biney, and published with Yeager Press, is a lyrical look at the life and harvest cycle of pecans. It's told through the relational lens of a grandfather and child, and this sweet intergenerational story cycles through each season of the year while highlighting STEM concepts about where our food comes from. I'm not sure if you know this, but pecans are the only tree nut native to North America. They've been part of Native American diets for centuries, planted by US presidents, and were even used as a source of currency. They were eventually cultivated for commercial production after an enslaved man named Antoine developed a grafting technique that allowed growers to produce consistent, thin-shelled pecans on hardy wild stock. In a nutshell, see what I did there? My Grandpa, My Tree, and Me is a book about pecan farming and family. Midwest Book Reviews called it a truly timeless tale, certain to become a modern classic. They recommended it for families, daycare centers, preschools, elementary schools, and community library picture book collections. What an honor. Forward Book Review says it is at once an education on pecan farming and a reminder of the importance of family histories and legacies. I'm so glad they picked up on that thread of my story. My Grandpa, My Tree, and Me can be purchased everywhere books are sold, both online and in store. If it's not on the shelf of your favorite store, just ask for it at the register. You can also find it here at Pikes Peak Library District. I encourage you to take advantage of the book crafts and activities, lesson plans, and teacher guides on my website, roxannetroup.com. And while you're there, send me a message or follow me on social. I love hearing from readers. Have fun at Mountain of Authors.
Hi, boys and girls. My name is Becky Van Vleet, and I like to write children's books. Right now, I am sitting in one of my favorite rockers. Do you have a rocking chair at home? I love to rock and read books. Now, do you think if I were to rub this rocker, I could make it get bigger? No, I don't think so. Do you think if I were to clap my hands, I could make the rocker shrink and get smaller? No, that would be like magic, wouldn't it? Well, that's exactly what happens in Roxy, the Traveling Rocker. Let's read a little bit. Roxy liked to travel. First, she traveled from a store to live with young Mary at the farm. She giggled and jiggled from the bumpy truck ride. Come rock and read with me, Mary. Roxy and Mary would rock and read hundreds of books. Poof, pop! What's happening to me? I think I'm bigger. Roxy grew bigger as Mary grew up. One day, Roxy stared at the hundreds of books around her. Mary, come rock and read with me. I'm getting married today, Roxy. I will see you later. Whistle whoosh. Roxy shrunk to a little rocker again. Mary no longer rocked and read with her. Oh, what will happen to me now? Mary's mother smiled. Wait and see. Mary came back to visit and brought her daughter Sue. Roxy's eyes nearly popped when Mary asked her mother, "May I take Roxy home with me for little Sue?" Roxy laughed. Oh, goody, I'm going to travel again. Roxy liked Sue's home in the small town. When Sue walked by, Roxy giggled and jiggled. Come rock and read with me, Sue. Together, Roxy and Sue rocked and read through hundreds of books. Poof pop! Roxy grew bigger when Sue grew bigger. Every day, Roxy called out, "Come rock and read with me." Sue always grabbed her books. Roxy frowned when many days passed and Sue had not walked by. She called and called for Sue. "Oh, Roxy, I'm moving away today to start my new job. Let's rock and read one more time." Whistle whoosh! Roxy shrunk to a little rocker again. She looked at Mary. "Oh, what will happen to me now?" Mary smiled. "Wait and see." Sue brought her young son to visit. "Ouch!" Roxy cried. Mary frowned. "JD, don't stand on Roxy. You might break her." "Well, I don't have a rocker and I want this one." Grandmother Mary kissed him. "Would you like to take Roxy home with you?" Roxy did not want to travel with JD. No, she did not. But home with him she went. She liked Sue's home in the big city, but she sat very still when JD walked by. She did not giggle and jiggle. "Don't stand on me, JD. You're rough. And don't make me a cave. I like to rock and read." Well, boys and girls, if you want to find out what happens with Roxy at JD's house and the big surprise she gets, you can check this book out at the PPLD library. Roxy the Traveling Rocker by Becky Van Vleet. That's me. And moms and dads can also help you find this book on Amazon. Boys and girls, thank you for listening, and I hope you will always enjoy reading hundreds of books.